in-laws' lake house for New Year's weekend. We got here last night, or yesterday evening around 5. We're up in New Hampshire, very different snow-wise than where we are in Connecticut. So kids are sledding in my in-laws' yard. That is a lake, frozen lake, and you can see the sled tracks. I think my father-in-law managed to get it to go all the way out there. Right past the corner of the dock, past the gazebo, onto the ice. So I'm staying inside where I can't be a nervous Nelly. Because my husband's like, this is what we do here. Meanwhile, I'm a homebody from North Jersey. I didn't do that. I did not sled onto frozen water. Thank you. I barely went sledding. Not for me. So I'm going to sit here with my book. And I will show you what book I started last night. A children's Bible by Lydia Millet. I got this back in June. Yeah, June. I took myself birthday shopping with some gift cards, picked this up. I was looking for something to maybe squeeze in one more book for the year, and it's short. So I started it last night. Got 40 pages in. Yeah, 43. I don't know if I'll finish it, but it seems kind of fitting. If the first book of the year was Leave the World Behind by Ramon Alam, and my last book of the year is a children's Bible, they seem like proper bookends, very similar in tone and subject, and hits those anxiety triggers. So I may as well watch the sledding. Whatever. I'm gonna finish my coffee. They have a Keurig here, so I might even have a second cup. At home we have the regular coffee maker, so my husband makes pot in the morning and that's it for the day, because I'm not gonna make another pot for just myself. Here, oh my gosh, I could drink 3 cups a day. This is bad. But yeah, I get to do a lot of reading when we visit my in-laws in New Hampshire, so maybe I can get this done today. I mean, our plans for New Year's Eve is to hang out, eat snacks, do puzzles, play board games, read. Okay, there goes my mother-in-law and Owen. Good for her, because I'm not getting out there. Oh, fuck. So do I want to say, okay, done, we're all done sledding? You just landed in trees. But that's 3 grown adults, 2 of them Eagle Scouts, 1 a den mother, who have grown up here, New Hampshire all their lives, outdoors all their lives. They know what they're doing, right? I could trust them with my children. And onto the lake. Are they being crazy? You didn't want to go on the sled? No? You don't want to go on the sled? It's too cold out here for a chihuahua. Go inside. Go ahead. Go. Go inside. Go inside. Go. could take this shit serious up here. And there goes me ma. Bunch of big kids. Look how cute they are. And the patriarch. Here we go. I hope you can hear all this laughing. They're so cute. Really hugging that gazebo corner. Seriously now. Seriously, this time. I'm done watching. Going back in.
All right, so now, so I can do
We crossed so many rivers. That's how we get rivers.
but I have to draw a calamity card, right? For that one.
Yeah, sure.
Starvation. Survive another day with one food card, 2 rounds of play without a food card, and you'll die of starvation. So, what do I get?
You sit down, and then you have to complete that.
6 of us to fit on the sectional.
Okay.
We were just thinking how this is so nice. Uh-oh. Do I have tissues?
Dad has tissue paper in his.
Oh, I like that bag, and I really like this paper.
Use it as a bib.
That was quick.
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
Can't see it.
Hold on.
Lesson learned, don't film your favorite books of 2021 when there is still a day left in 2021. I'm maybe halfway, maybe a little bit less in a children's Bible. I love it. I love it. It definitely has the same feel as Leave the World Behind in that it's a family vacationing and there is a seemingly apocalyptic event. In this case, it's a weather phenomenon. And in this case, it's more than just one family, it's multiple families. The parents were college friends and the kids are thrown together and they're just absolutely disgusted with their parents. And there's a big statement about the different attitudes of the different generations where the kids are pretty resentful of their parents and their parents' generation for not taking like the climate threat, environmental the climate threat, and just like the urgency of dealing with the environmental changes. And so it's a pretty impactful statement, seeing the kids disappointed, fed up with the adults. And there's also a statement on class, because there are, you know, some rich people they encounter, and they all have these like disaster like camps, like, so when the apocalypse happens, they'll be comfortable and on their compounds. And so it's really impactful. And then throughout it all are a lot of like biblical references. There's a lot of imagery and like recycled Bible stories in this modern setting that are really, really clever and enjoyable. So don't ever let me give you my list of favorite books of the year before the year is actually over. We'll see. This would probably be on there.
Turn the 2 middle ones up, right?
Yeah.
Out of 10.
I thought I shuffled them good.
Reaction. There you go, everybody.
Eight's in
Yay.
number 2 too.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, you can have an egg.
He doesn't want it. Got about 40 minutes left to finish this. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Nothing else. We have to celebrate that Pepe's still up.
Yeah.
Only the even years.
Only the even here.
It's backwards, Zoe.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, buddy. 40 seconds. I didn't think there would be. You were just saying people.
Oh, wait,
kept
look at
showing
me.
up.
Look at me.
Anything else?
Cheese.
Here, Mama. Happy New Year.
I didn't finish by midnight. I'm on 178, 179. There's about 224 pages. So close. But, you know, countdown, ball drop, Happy New Year's. One of my genius kids asked, is it New Year's in California yet? It is not. They have another 3 hours to go. So it's still 2021 somewhere, and I have time to finish this book before the new year. I'm counting it. I'm a cheater. When it comes to book challenges self-imposed, I break my own rules. So here's hoping I don't pass out before I finish these last, what was math? 50 pages? 40 pages? 50? This last little bit. Oh. Okay, here's hoping I stay awake. I did it. I finished before New Year's in California. It's, I don't know, a little after 1 here. Yep, so it's still 2021 in California. And I finished my book. We'll talk about it in the morning.
Help me. Help me, Mama. Help me, Mama. Did you read it? Mom! I got all this.
Nima, can you help?
You got it?
It's heavy.
You want
Do you want me to?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
It's like it's heavy, don't you?
Woohoo, I love them.
to need a little knife or a scissor? Let me see.
I'll leave this.
I know. Look at you, got your own vacuum. How excited are you?
Yeah, oh, that's,
Oh.
whatever.
I'm hiding from the chaos, but so I finished this last night, this morning. It was 1:41 Eastern Standard Time, but it was still December 31st, 2021 in California. So I'm counting it as a 2021 read, my last book of the year. I mean, obviously those are parameters I set for myself. Who cares if I finished it in the wee hours of the morning of January 1st, 2022. I don't know. It was just a weird goal I set for myself. Anyway, I really, really, really enjoyed it. And so when I say I have a hard time reading climate fiction, I'm realizing that I still enjoy it as much of a hard time as I have reading it, and that it makes me stressed. I want to say anxious, but that's, as someone who actually has anxiety, I don't want to use that word too lightly because it's a real thing and it really sucks. But climate change is one of the triggers of my anxiety. And then when I read climate fiction or environmental fiction, if I can't handle it in the moment, I'll put it down. And when I, start feeling myself slip into an actual, anxious frame of mind that becomes detrimental to myself, I will stop reading it. But if I'm in a good place, I can really enjoy it. And I think I actually like the uncomfortable feeling I get from reading it, because it's almost justifies my fears. Like, yeah, look what can happen. It gives me more of like a framework to say, here's why it bothers me. And so I'm not crazy. Like, these are legitimate concerns that I have. I don't know. Again, just something that goes through my own brain. So, there is an apocalyptic weather event that occurs in this book, that, really aligns with the sort of changes in weather patterns that we're seeing. I live in Connecticut. For the past few years, we have hurricane warnings or tropical storm warnings. That's not what I remember growing up. And there's a line in here that's hurricanes were typically in Florida and the Carolinas, and here they are. I believe this is in upstate New York. And they're dealing with this weather. So yeah, that was relatable. This book was published in 2020. And it blows my mind how much of it reflects what life was like in 2020. Granted, this focuses more on natural disaster than pandemic, but a lot of the aftermath was very familiar. The isolation, the stockpiling, the concerns about having what you need, about grids going down. There was illness that did spread as a result of the natural disaster. And so, they had to stay away and then, take the risk and provide medical help. So there was, it wasn't a fun read, but it was engrossing. It was page turner. I really, really recommend it. If you can handle it. It's heavy. I have never read Lord of the Flies, but in the beginning it was reminding me of that, because the kids in this book kind of has set up their own game. They have this disdain for their parents, and they end up leaving their parents to survive on their own, because they feel like they could do a better job taking care of themselves than the parents. And oh man, that becomes like the major theme of the book, is this generational gap between like the parents just doing their best to survive mentally and emotionally, and just enjoying what they can, and then the kids being pissed off that their parents' generation didn't do more to save them, that they kind of were so focused on just getting through that they didn't do anything to help so that things would be better for their kids. And again, this is, you know, on an environmental level. And so it was intense, because as much as like you're on the kids' side, I can also relate to the parents. I mean, they were awful. But I'm guilty of myself like stepping back and just saying, whatever, I can only do what I can. Like, I can't drive myself crazy worrying about things. So yeah, this book did a good job of playing my emotions on both sides. Man, would this have made my top book of the year if I had waited? Maybe. It was amazing. Wonderfully written, engaging. Yeah, have you read this? I know it was pretty popular the year it came out because it was, I believe, finalist. So it made the shortlist for the National Book Award. I think it was Shuggie Bain ended up winning the award that year, or was that the Booker? I don't remember awards. I'm only now just trying to start following at least like winners. Maybe it was Interior Chinatown won this award, and then Shuggie Bain won the Booker. I don't remember. Let me know if you know. But I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. Shuggie Bain was great. This was great. Maybe I should read Interior Chinatown. All right. That's it for my New Year's reading vlog. See you soon.
6.